broke.
I'm not.
Gwen broke the board.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch the board, okay?
Gwen broke the board. Why did you break the board?
You were eating dinner, you're actually starting in the morning.
Alright.
I'm getting too much of your personality.
Okay. Read. KWL, topics presidential election. 2, get out your Homer versus Plessy worksheet. We're going to go over that. That's important for your quiz. That is on Friday. My lord.
Wait, we didn't finish our revision.
Yeah, we're going to go get this.
Because we have different designs still. Oh, wait,
To infinity.
wait, is that like our study guide for the quiz?
There you go.
Are you gonna get that again?
3.
Mr. S,
What?
I like to be productive during the morning class.
Mr. S, who's your We have just talked about notebook and it's not
Wait, our test is in the green bucket?
Put your assigned test in there.
We didn't get our test back.
Mr. S,
You have signed tests that you did not turn in previously.
I color coordinated.
That is beautiful.
President, can I add something to the balloon test?
No.
No, I'm gonna sign.
Alright, boys, here's what you got. KWL presidential election. Get your Homer versus Plessy worksheet out. If you have any signed tests that you did not give me last week, put them in the green bucket. We need silence. You guys start banging out those things, we'll be good to go.
Mr. S,
Yes.
I have to send you the, I have to give you my assignment.
Green bucket. So go, read the board, get it done.
Yo, can I have all the
Yes, you borrow the charger. Yes, you're doing the election. Yeah, we put it out there. Alright? You guys we're jumping away from our curriculum a little bit. Tomorrow is the what? Election. So, I saw
election?
that the presidential
Do we have a
election.
late
That's
start?
So,
Do we have a late start tomorrow?
late start?
No, we don't have anything.
Well, it's just a normal day. We're not,
Because we're not running grass. I can't go to school tomorrow, guys.
I
Alright,
only can't go on Wednesday.
let's go. Jules, make me nervous. We've nothing done.
That was me.
Liam, Chromebook. Lucas. My friends, remember, names on the board equals demerit. Do this silently. Alright? So, KWL, your topic is presidential election. Get out your Homer versus Plessy worksheet. Okay? After that, if you have any signed tests that have not been returned to me yet, please put them in the bin. Yes, Hunter?
Like, what do you mean by like presidential election?
The presidential election. So, every 4 years, we have a presidential election and they elect a president. That's what I mean. So, what do you know? What do you want to know? And then at the end, you fill in your learn. Right before we jump into this, yes, Hannah?
Are we talking about this like currently?
Yes, currently. Like you can put the 2 people that are in it. There you go.
Wait, Mr. S, what's the week?
The week is 11/4. Okay?
What's the date?
11/4. November 4th. What? Why are you sitting like that, sir?
Because it doesn't fit.
Oh, sorry. Make sure I get it back to you.
Yeah.
Alright, so I should have everyone's science quizzes and social studies quizzes, and everything is returned to me, right?
What social studies quizzes?
Mr. S, should I give you
From
mine?
before.
I don't think I was there.
So if you have any tests or quizzes that you need to bring home and get signed, they need to be in that green bucket.
Yeah, I don't think I was there.
Alright, that doesn't excuse you from this.
No, I think I got the quiz back.
You got them all back, I promise.
And I signed it tomorrow.
Okay. We'll look through your folders real quick, make sure you're all good to go. Okay. You guys got,
Kamala Harris.
you got 3 minutes left.
How do you say her name?
Kamala?
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
It's Kamala. Kamala.
Do one, two,
Let me
just
see
think about it.
Kamala.
How would you want to
You asked that question.
Pamela, you think somebody?
You said Kamala.
I
What is that question?
I don't care who wins. If I was pushing the vote, I wouldn't vote.
8th grade. 8th grade. You have 2 minutes left for your KWL. And I'll ask you to
What's wrong with anything?
What about anything like
You can't build anyway. It's not that big of a deal.
8th grade. The third time. This is silent work. Vinny, silent means what?
No talking.
Whatsoever. Good. So please put that into practice. You now have 1 minute left. And counting, you now have 30 seconds. 35 seconds. You now have 30 seconds.
18.
Not
Tanner.
My brother.
Oh, 35, yeah, sorry.
Wait, it's looking tall.
You're right.
I want Kanye.
I don't know. Help me.
My brother got one of these hats from a share rather than from a fair.
She showed me one from like last week, if I'm done.
I want one of these hats
I
so
keep
bad.
forgetting to turn my
I
head.
know. Come and read it. My brother won one of these.
Eli. Silent means what? No speaking. It's every 4 years, two candidates run against each other, two different parties.
There's actually 3 parties?
There is. I'm winning 3.
What?
Alright. Chromebooks away. Homer, Plessy, and the Rise of Jim Crow worksheet is out. You don't get it? What don't you understand?
I didn't like finish.
Oh, that's Duffy. Alright. You do have it.
Wait, it's this, right?
It's that right there. Yep.
I can't believe it.
Alright, here we go. We're going to jump right in. Okay. Early life of Homer Plessy. Born where? Remember, you gotta raise your hand. Don't call out Grant. Where's you born? Good. Father died when Plessy was how old, Tyler? I have 5. Alright, oh, 6 works. Okay? Okay, stepfather was a what? Allie. Finley, if you do not stop calling out, sir, you're going to be taking disciplinary action. Okay, Plessy's activism. In 1887, became vice president of the what? Grace.
Justice, protected, education, and social.
Good.
Is it-
Married who in 1888? Jules. What was her name? Luis. Good. Lived in the blank neighborhood. Grace. Yeah, like Paraguay Cheyenne or something like that. Alright. The Separate Car Act. Passed by Louisiana state legislator in what year, Caden?
1890.
Do you remember if I gave to you? Remember I was like, I'm gonna put it in, like, that's not supposed to be. Let me take it. Yeah.
I think I gave it back.
Did?
It's not, it might be up there we left it. I'm gonna move around.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Alright. Required separate train cars for blank and blank passengers. Lucas.
Colored and white.
Yep. White and colored.
No, I put mine.
Can we
Then
say
check
white
with the red
and black,
one.
please, instead of colored?
No.
Alright. But you could, yeah, black would be fine. Okay. Alright.
White and colored.
Yeah. Plessy's test case. On June 7th, 1892, Plessy did what on the white only car?
Sad.
Yeah, boarded, sat, bought a ticket, became part of, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Plessy was blank white and blank black. Looking for percentage. Leah.
7
Good. Okay. He was arrested as a part of a planned what case? Grace. Test case, right? They're trying to catch the court. Okay? Test.
No,
Test
like,
case.
for the percent.
Oh, 7 eighths and 1 8. Alright? Case known as what? Allie. Good. Decided on May 18th of what year, Grant?
1897.
Very good. Court ruled what to what?
701.
Caden, raise your hand. So raise your hand. Caden.
701.
Good. Upheld the constitutionality of what? Grace. More specific.
State and
Segregation. Okay. Establish the blank but blank doctrine. Lillian.
Separate but equal.
Separate but equal. Very important. Okay. Impact. All right. Allow southern states to pass more blank laws. Segregation laws. Kane, if you don't raise your hand.
You didn't care.
Jim Crow laws touch many aspects of life, including what? Someone give me all four. Does anyone have all four, or did we not get this far? Alright, here we go. I'm going to read them. I'll go from here on out. Number 1 is education. Number 2, transportation. Number 3 is housing. And number 4 is public places. Did you not find it, Vinny? Then you just grab a fresh one off my desk. I'll print this out for you.
What is it?
Public spaces. That's meaning any shared space. Restaurants, movie theaters, things like that, okay? Separate but equal. It is. Okay. Vinny, I just printed it out. The answer key. Find it?
I don't know, this doesn't look like my handwriting.
Alright. Methods of enforcing Jim Crow laws. Blank by police and ordinary white citizens. What do you think?
Enforce.
Intimidation. Okay? Alright. This is the word for the next one. This is the word for hanging someone. The actual
I
term.
got it.
Okay?
Yeah,
Blank with
right.
over 1,000 African Americans killed in the 1890s. It's lynching.
How do you spell that?
Lynching.
Wow, you're really good.
You can spell too fast.
L-Y-N-C.
It's not any better, Finland.
L-Y-N-C-H-I-N-G.
Yeah, Lynching. So that means when you hang somebody, okay? They would take the people out of their
You would
house.
hang
and they would-
people?
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Big
really bad.
Yeah, it's in the ring.
Oh, they kept it integrated.
What? No, it's just like you.
Oh
Okay?
my god.
The Wilmington Massacre. Armed white mob attacked the African American community in Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay.
What?
African American.
Let me guess.
What?
600?
Nope. Killed up to 60 people.
60?
60.
I'll throw the 6 of these.
That is the one after 59 and the one before 61, in case you're wondering. Alright?
60.3.
Okay. Forced out elected black officials.
Forced out what?
Elected black officials. Weakened black economic and social institutions for generations.
Forced out.
Alright? And then on the back, organized consumer boycotts. Okay, so they're gonna start banding together and not buying certain things. Okay? Engaged in legal challenges. And it laid the groundwork for the future what movement?
Civil
Civil
rights.
rights.
Civil rights. Good job. Okay? Now, take out wherever you take notes.
What was this?
Wait.
Civil rights.
What was the one? Hold on, second to last one.
It was.
Legal what?
What is it?
All right.
Wait, I don't know. You sure?
We are going to burn through this PowerPoint about presidential elections work. You may see some of these. I want you to take notes on this.
This document.
One, it's important for your actual life going forward. You guys are what, 14 years old? 4 short years.
I'm 13.
You will become part of the voting public, which is a very, very, very prestigious honor and task. As you have learning about Jim Crow laws, and learning about other types of things, people have quite literally died for the right to vote. Alright? So, you need to be aware of how this process works. Okay? Not only at the presidential level, at the state level, at your county level, knowing how elections work and being part of the voting populace is a tremendous honor and privilege that many people do not have. Okay? Yes, Eli.
Why is like the presidential election more popular than like the state election?
Eli?
Isn't that more-
Try to answer your own question then.
But isn't it more important? Like,
It's
So, listen, Eli brings up a good point, okay? The things that are going to directly affect you more are going to be at the county and state level, right? Because those are your direct access to your government leaders. So, if I'm voting in Callan Township on the local Callan elections, right? Those are the people that are going to directly affect my life and my neighborhood. Same thing with the state level, Eli, right? If I'm voting for the Pennsylvania representatives, I live in what state? Pennsylvania. So those are my people. That is the person that's going to take my problems, my concerns, my issues up to the federal level. So Eli, you are a little bit correct. It's more popular because it's on a countrywide basis, right? So they're doing a lot more to reach out, and the president is the one of our country. The leader, right? The one vocal leader, the one person that everybody looks to, right? Does the president really have that much power?
No.
Not really. Okay? So it's mainly about the Congress and the Senate. But ideally, if you can get a president from the same party, Congress has the same party, and the Senate has the same party, things are going to go a lot smoother. Kind of what happens normally is you'll have maybe a Republican Senate, a Democratic Congress, and a Democratic president. So anything the president and the Congress do, the Senate's just going to do what? Veto, opposite, whatever, and then we're ended up in a gridlock situation. That's why it's pretty tough to get things done sometimes.
Isn't that
All
why
right.
President said to only do one party?
That is exactly what. We are going to skip that video till the end. Okay. Introduction to the presidential elections. All right. So presidential elections occur every 4 years in the U.S. They determine who will serve as president and vice president. Elections involve campaigns, debates, and voting by citizens. Okay. So did anyone catch any of the debates this year? All right?
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty good. Pretty
Zero.
solid.
Like this.
I would take some notes on anything you don't know. You may see this again.
My test.
It may show up somewhere on a quiz someday. Alright.
It's kind of funny watching debates.
Yeah, the debates are pretty good. But yes, like, is this going to be on your quiz for Friday? No. Is this going to be on a quiz later in the year when we get into the different things of government? Of course. You're getting a little heads up, a little leg up here. It's also important, this is like a public event. It's happening tomorrow. I figured you guys deserve to learn a little bit about it. Eli, you're not even writing anything down, sir. Eli, why don't you, so you're not even, you plug your Chrome game but you're not using it? It's not even plugged in. You sure? Eli, if you're not going to use a good pen, yeah, why don't you do that? You're going to take hand notes today. So you're going to come back to your normal seat, get out your notebook, start writing things down. Charlotte, what's up? Yes, you can. Just sign out for me. Eli, here. Don't do that. Just use the keys. Alright, this is all pretty common knowledge. You guys should know most of this. Okay? Who can run for president? Must be a natural born U.S. citizen. Okay? You can get in a little bit of a funky area where this comes to like military bases and U.S. territories. But luckily for us, it really hasn't happened. Which president was this a big debate over?
Obama.
Barack Obama, right?
Obama.
Okay?
Yeah, where
Right.
was he born?
I want to say somewhere in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
That's a state.
No, but
It is, but yeah, it was. They were trying to figure out what's going on there. Okay, at least 35 years old, resident of the U.S. for at least 14 years. All right. This also should be not new information for you. You guys should kind of know this.
Wait, wouldn't that just mean he's not a citizen?
You have to be a citizen for to be elected president.
Yeah, but he was born before Hawaii was born in the U.S.
What is he doing?
We're just going to ignore him for a second as he's speaking to us from the car.
No, what?
Right.
That makes no sense.
Any other qualifications you guys can think of that might be important?
You have to, like, probably, well, don't have to, but be a part of, like, the government on.
There was a big one for a while where you had to serve in the military. That does not exist
That's a
anymore.
good one.
I mean, a lot of people do certain
Yeah, most of them do. But that was a requirement for a while that they took away.
Why?
I don't know.
Because some people have
They
to
should
say
bring that one back. Yeah.
What is up with
Yeah.
That means Trump want to be able to run.
Actually, at the
Focus up. Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas, remember, the number one distraction in this room is usually who?
Me and Kaden.
Wait,
Right?
what's
So
that?
Caden's doing a great job right now. Pick it up. a
That's
little
the first time I was
What?
talking.
Where was Kamala born
bit. I
in?
have no idea, buddy. Probably like
Oh, she was
Idaho.
born in Ohio.
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 Okay. Political parties.
Generation, though.
Boys and girls. mainly two gentlemen. I ask you guys to focus up. Alright? Nope. They're on the east and west of this room right now, and they need to focus better. Okay? Political parties, two major parties, Democratic and Republican. There's other parties outside of that. These are the two major ones. Parties hold primaries and caucuses to choose nominees. Other third parties also exist, like the Libertarian and the Green Party. Okay, there's
I
a
think
lot
my
of other
mom's
ones.
in the Green Party.
Eli, please stop calling out, sir. Thank you. All right. Okay. Why do we think there's a two-party system? Anybody?
Oh, because those were the two main parties before they split. It was Democratic and Republican, and then they split.
Yep. They weren't exactly called the Democratic and Republican
Those
parties.
were the federal versus Democratic and Republican
Yes.
party.
There was the Federalists, and then the Democratic, and then the Federalists became the Republicans. All right. Does anyone know they have animals associated with these? Does anyone know what the animals are?
By donkey.
Donkeys and
and
elephants.
I'm so sorry, you guys all, Maggie, that was incredible. You telepathically communicated with 3 people to call out the answer. Maggie, what are they?
Donkey is the Democratic.
Everybody knew.
And then
I get it.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on,
that's
man.
what it is.
Yes, it is, man. I think it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. Donkey is Republican, elephant is Democrat.
I don't get it.
I don't know why the animals are either, but they decided to pick animals, and that's what it is. Alright.
Because they're not used.
Okay.
Wait, this really.
One of our main founding fathers, Mr. George Washington himself, said, do not make a multi-party system under any circumstances. Why did he say that?
Because we're gonna be in civil war.
It's gonna do what, Eli?
Civil war.
Yeah, much like the Civil War, okay? You can see it in today's world, right? How much people are divided over this, even right now,
It's not
right?
that
With
deep.
Trump and
Yeah.
Mrs. Harris, all right? There is a major divide. People are literally fighting each other. I saw a clip the other day of someone yelling at a baby. Like, it's
Oh, I saw
absurd,
that.
right? So is that bringing us together in the country at all?
No.
Are the best people for the job gonna rise to the top if there's constant fighting over it?
No.
No. So there's a lot of incredible human beings out there in the United States that would make great presidents, but they don't want to go through all that because it's such a problem. It's such a hassle to get through. Primary process. So, like we said, there's going to be a primary election. All right. Starts about a year before the general election. Candidates compete for their party's nomination. So each party picks from a group of people. Okay, and then within that own party, they have an election, and then that person is going to represent your party going forward. Yes, Eli?
Didn't that not happen this year?
That did not happen because of why, Eli?
There was a lack of like people running against him. I'm pretty sure.
So, if you have an incumbent president, meaning what? What does
Like,
incumbent mean?
He jumped out
unqualified.
there.
No, already serving. Okay?
Oh.
So what the Democratic Party decided to do, since they had Joe Biden already serving, they said, hey, instead of us doing all this primary stuff, do you want to run again? He said yes. They said, great, you're going to be our candidate.
And then they said no.
Well, and then some other things came up that had to do with him being unfit to run again due to, I don't know, there's a bunch of speculation about it. A lot of people think it's age, like that he's,
But
yeah,
then,
early
how could
we don't
Kamala
know if
go
that's
in
true.
without running against anybody?
because who selected her?
Oh,
Joe Biden.
But if it was unfit to
That's how it worked. Alright? So they came together as a party and elected her. They said, you're going to do this. Okay? And then she obviously had to accept, and then they move on. But the Republicans had a primary, and who won the Republican primary? Donald Trump, right? So now he's the Republican candidate, okay? States hold primary elections or caucuses. Delegates are awarded to candidates based on the results. Alright? So anyone ever seen like a primary debate or anything before? You guys have seen that where they line up 4 or 5 people and they kind of do the same debates that they do, but it's just with a larger party? Okay? Alright?
Mr. Rose, have you seen like the videos? It's like 20 Republicans against 1 Democrat.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like the 20 versus 1 and
Yeah.
something?
Those are cool.
Yeah.
I don't, what is it?
Just take 20 people on one side of an argument and 1 person on the other, and then it's those 20 people versus that 1 person kind of in a debate format.
How? Why?
It's like Charlie Kirk.
It's just like, yeah, like
Yeah.
entertainment.
Small
Yeah.
ball.
If student survey, kind of getting like a gauge on people. All right, Finley, focus up.
He was working at McDonald's.
All right, I'm gonna assume we're gonna go since you guys are all speaking. National conventions, okay? Who's ever heard of this before? Like the Democratic National Convention, the Republican National Convention. Only one person has ever heard of this before. 2 people.
Oh
Holy cow. Guys, suggestion for you.
no, I know this one.
Start watching a little bit of the news. Okay? Like I said, you are not too far from being an adult very, very soon. It's important to know about these things, right? Because do these things directly affect you? Yeah, in a major way. Okay? Especially if you guys are going to be like the young adults, the young people that are going to bring this country up. Quiet down. You guys are the next leaders of the country, right? You're the next leaders of industry. Okay? It's important to know about these things. So, my suggestion, right? Watch a couple news clips, okay? Get on Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever. Like instead of watching the Pooh China kid, all right? Type in the Democratic National Convention. Like learn a little bit about the Republican National Convention, right? Learn about the different parties, okay? And here's another one for you, okay? The Art of War, right? Very famous book on military strategy. Yes, very important book. The main thing, Liam. The main thing about the Art of War, okay? If you're a hardcore Republican, a hardcore Democrat, whatever you want, the Art of War says to know your what?
Enemies.
Enemies. So, if you can have whatever political stance you want. We're not going to discuss them. That's not for school. You know, pick a side. I think it's good to have a political stance, right? Have something you believe in. Have something you're passionate about, right? Pick a stance. But remember, it's important to know information about the other side, okay? So don't limit yourself.
He was a Democrat, and then he ran for Republican.
What is he now?
He was though.
Did you not know? Yes, like it's so weird. Like,
Yeah, like.
Why can't you just vote for the person
Does
that
that
you
make
want?
sense?
No, you don't have, if you're Republican, you can still get Democrat.
Just how they stand on different issues.
Yeah, but you can go to the national
No, we're technically all supposed to be for the people. They're 2 different sides, but like a key issue, listen up. A key issue, especially as a person, Eli. Hayden. Boys, getting very tired of it. If I'm speaking, you are not, right? Listen, we're going outside the curriculum here to give you guys a little bit of like life experience, life knowledge, right? Things like that. Please don't throw it back in my face, all right? So, a big issue in this election between Democrats and Republicans, especially for us as young people of faith that have a certain religion we believe in, is the issue of abortion, okay? So, most Democrats think that it should be up to the woman, the person, whoever's going to have the baby, right? They should be their choice what they do with their bodies, okay? And on the other side, most Republicans think that abortion should not be a thing. If you get pregnant, you should have the baby. And there's all sorts of different circumstances that go with that, all right? What if the baby has health issues? What if it's a pregnancy that was unwanted? What if yada yada yada? There's all these certain things. But that would be an example of an issue where the Democrats pick a side and the Republicans pick a side. Does everyone kind of understand that?
Yes.
Right? So like the difference is the views they see on certain things. Like economics is another one, right? Okay, Republicans are generally what? Conservative or what? Or liberal? Conservative, right? Okay? And Democrats are more liberal, right? They think, hey, help everybody. Republicans are kind of like, no, this is my money, I want to keep it.
It didn't like Kamal blatantly diss Christian people. I like one for
I have no idea.
Me too.
Okay. All right. General election campaign runs from after conventions until election day in November. Our election day is what? November what? 5th. Good. Candidates travel around the country to support. Okay, this is like the campaign trail. There's 8 million TV shows and movies about this. Go watch one. House of Cards is a good one. The Diplomat just came back out. That's a good one. All right. There's a bunch of stuff about this. Okay. TV ads, debates, rallies. Common focus is often on swing states that could go either way. Who's heard of a swing state before?
Oh.
Okay. So a lot of the time we are a major swing state. If you win Pennsylvania, especially in this year's election, Pennsylvania is huge. Whoever wins Pennsylvania in this election, it's going to be a very, very good indicator of who's going to win the whole thing. Okay? So, swing states are states that could go either way. Alright? A lot of the times, a lot of it has to do with geography of the United States. There are certain states that are most likely 90% of the time going to be Democratic, and there's most states that are 90% of the time going to be Republican. Can anybody think of two? Finley.
California is like automatically Democratic.
Most of the time, Grant, give me a Republican one. Texas is mostly going to go
Did
Republican.
Obama run again?
No, he did 2 terms. You're only allowed to do 2 terms.
Yeah,
He did 8 years. Okay? He did 2 back to back. Yeah.
Oh, he would vote.
Wait, but then wasn't that George Bush after him?
No, Bush, then Obama twice.
So Trump.
Then Trump once. Then
4
Biden.
hours alive for George Bush.
No.
No, we were not. We were like 4 when they were running against each other.
Yeah, that was Bush versus Kerry, I believe. Was that one the last one? I'm not sure. I don't know. That's
How
not
many
it.
Bushes are there?
There's senior and then junior.
Who's
and
Kerry?
everybody.
Is that a girl?
No, it was his last name was Kerry. I think it was John Kerry, maybe. I'm not sure.
Nixon.
Yep, got impeached. Alright. But yes, you guys have probably. Does anyone in here have a phone?
No.
Are you guys been as annoyed as me with the political text?
Yes.
I guess.
I
Probably not
somebody
great.
call me July.
Oh,
IG always.
They call me Mark. They call me Mark. Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you got so much.
Alright.
He gets so
It's
much.
very annoying. That's their strategy, I guess, to get more voters. You guys can't even vote.
George Bush was
Yo, whenever I'm listening to Spotify, it's like, hi, my name is
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
No,
get.
I listen to Ding Dong.
Okay, election day. So here's what's gonna happen tomorrow. Caden,
I'm doing something.
you're not focusing. Election day held on Tuesday following the first Monday in November. Voters cast ballots for president in their states. You also vote on a bunch of other things too. Alright? Most states use a winner-take-all system for electoral votes. Polls close and votes are counted. Okay. This then gets into a dicey part of the election. Alright? Which is these electoral votes. Alright? So, you guys tell me which system sounds better to you. Would you rather, for each person above the age of 18 as a United States citizen, gets a vote, the vote is counted, whoever gets the most votes wins. Does that sound good?
No.
Okay, the way it actually works is ridiculous. Alright, so you will go, or I will go tomorrow. I will vote. My vote then gets somewhat counted into things called electoral votes. Each state has a certain amount of electoral votes. So it's not like if I go and vote for Lillian for president, my vote doesn't get directly put for Lillian, which is kind of ridiculous.
What is it?
My vote then gets selected into these electoral college or these electoral votes, which like Pennsylvania, I think we have, let's say like 20 something electoral votes. Then those votes then get averaged out, and then that's how we decide which side Pennsylvania goes to. It's kind of absurd. It does make a little bit of sense if you break it down really far, but to me, it seems like it should be one vote that's counted for either person, and then that's the way it is. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes.
Alright, so how come the popular is like 50-50, but the electoral is like 90-10? That
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
really make sense.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So the popular vote is like, for each person, they get a vote, and it's counted for Trump or Kamala, right?
And
The electoral vote is an absolute disaster. It's like all these different numbers and people, and it's crazy.
And also, to build like more land and like provide more, have like more.
So the more land you have, so like California and Texas have more electoral votes than we do, because they have more people. It goes by population.
Oh,
So,
I see.
what state do we think has the least amount of electoral votes? Delaware, Rhode Island, New Jersey, places like that where they don't have that many people.
New Jersey has a lot.
South,
Really?
New Jersey's pretty big though.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
the
a
smaller
lot.
states, it goes by population.
Oh, I see how it works. I see.
Yo.
How much does Pennsylvania have, like 25?
Look it up. I think we have like, yeah, 25 or 30.
That's pretty
I think
dumb.
California has like 50.
How many? Wait, what?
Electoral
Has a
votes.
lot.
It says we have 6.
Yeah, but
60?
No, I'm just kidding.
but it's
No, we have
makes sense
19.
to me.
19, there you go. How many does California have?
They have like 54.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like, you win California, you're looking pretty good.
So how about-
You're looking pretty good.
Texas is 40.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
What is Alaska?
Alaska is
Remember,
1.
population, not land mass.
Well, I just had a opinion. So I thought you would based on who you vote for representatives. I thought that's how it was based on.
Who you vote for who?